video, we will dive into the reasons that motivate us to act when facing poor behaviors, and in particular, we will focus on the role of the active bystander. In order to ensure we are all on the same page, let me recap some basic terminology we have used in this particular context. Here, poor behaviors refer to any type of negative interaction referring to gender-based violence, no matter the gravity. We are aware there is a huge gulf between microaggressions and rape, and this is just to use an umbrella term that includes the enormous variations of intervention you may have as an active bystander. But now that we have set the record straight, let's focus on the core concept of this video. Every day, we are all bystanders. Sometimes it can happen that we notice that someone is in danger or something ambiguous is happening around us. There are factors that lead to action or inaction, but you have the power to choose if you want to take responsibility to act. Our purpose is not to blame you if you decide not to step in, but just to empower you, making you feel more competent in responding and modeling good behaviors. The bystander effect is a theory about the human tendency to be inactive. Kitty Genovese's story can help us understand this concept in action. It was 1963, late in the night, on March the 13th. We were in New York City, and Kitty Genovese was a bartender coming home after work. Winston Moseley, the perpetrator, tailed her for a long time, and he reached her while she was walking toward her apartment and stabbed her. Although she screamed, the neighbors did not recognize her screaming as a request for help. Finally, sadly, she was raped and killed in the middle of a block of apartments. According to a famous New York Times article, 38 witnesses saw the attack or heard the request for help, and no one acted. Although the story wasn't as clean as people think, since at least some of the bystanders tried to call the police, this event prompted the public discourse about intervention, and Kitty Genovese's murder became the first example of social psychological theory of the bystander effect. In a nutshell, it states that individuals are less likely to offer help to a victim in presence of other people. Do you think that things have changed today? I guess just partially, because a similar controversy surrounded an incident in Philadelphia on October 13, 2021. A perpetrator raped a woman on a train. Other passengers did not intervene, although some of them recorded the assault on their phone. But what do these two stories tell us? Basically, that first of all, it is important to be attentive to what is happening around us, then learn how to recognize a sexual harassment, and foremost, know how you can safely intervene, as we will see in the next videos. When dealing with gender-based violence, we often focus on perpetrators and on correcting and punishing their behaviors. The active bystander approach, instead, empowers our sense of responsibility for intervening by making us feel more competent in responding and modeling good behaviors. Being an active bystander spreads the awareness that poor behavior isn't the norm and is not okay, so we become allies, not just defenders.